turns 3 and 4. Ladies and gentlemen, it's about to get loud. Make some noise. Here we go. Everybody tiptoes down into turn number 1. They'll make it through and stretch out down the backstretch and into turn number 3. Trouble, turn 4. That was almost way worse than it ended up being. Wow, right up into the wall. Zach Hampton got all crossed up in turn 2. Mead, Doug Zimmerman out of turn 4. Green flag back in the air. Trouble, turns 1 and 2. Zach Hampton spins around in turn number. As we get set to turn him loose off turn number 4. Green flag back in the air. Steinball with a nice move on Gurley to take over the 4th spot down the front stretch. Battles for 6th now. Steve Irwin, Quentin Blonde battling it out going into turn number 3. Blonde on the top shelf. Irwin works the bottom, gets good drive off, but Blonde gets better drive off the top of turn 4. And trouble in turn number 4 is the number 9 machine of Chad Goff. 3 and 4. Green flag back in the air. Doug Zimmerman with a wheel stand on the outside of Boston Mead down the front straightaway. He'll look to take the 2nd spot over going into turn 3, but Mead battles back on the inside, tries to put the slider on him. Zimmerman with the momentum on the top shelf takes 2nd spot. Doug Zimmerman now going to try and reel in Ken Mackey at that top spot off turn number 2. Single file through the field. Ken Mackey sets the pace. Doug Zimmerman 2nd. Boston Mead 3rd. 4th belongs to Jay Steinbach. Then it is Chris Gurley in the 5th spot. Steve Irwin 6th. Quentin Blonde 7th. Ryan Rule 8th. 9th belongs to that driver of the 77 machine, Zane DeVault. Trouble topside turn 4. Rankin goes off, but he'll pull it right back on. Boston Mead now off the top of turn number 2. That was your 3rd place car. He'll fall back to about 5th spot. Zimmerman to the top shelf to go around Ken Mackey. Tom Davies, the lap car, though, could play a role. Zimmerman dropped off the backstretch. He'll pull it back on to go around Tom Davies. New leader, Doug Zimmerman. Tom Davies goes a lap down in the 44 machine. Ken Mackey's back to 2nd spot. Jay Steinbach up to 3rd. The 6 cars, the lap car of Tyler Bearden. He'll pull to the infield. Yellow flag. Trouble turns 1 and 2. That's the 91L of Ryan Rule. As we get set to pick it up out of turn number 4. Green flag back in the air. Off 4 crossed flags. We are halfway home in this 25-lap A main event. Problems for Chris Gurley. He'll lose a lot of spots off turn number 2. Meanwhile, battle at the front. Ken Mackey on the bottom. Doug Zimmerman on the top shelf. That's the battle for the lead down the back straightaway. Zimmerman carries the momentum off the top shelf, but Ken Mackey gets a lot of grip around the bottom. Mackey now crosses over to run the middle. Zimmerman to the bottom. Lots of sparks off the front of that 19 machine. That left rear is broke on the 19. Left front broke. Left front broke on the 19. Zimmerman working his way through lap traffic. He gets around the 44 of Tom Davies. Ken Mackey not able to hang with him as close. He's back in second. Jay Steinbaugh now going to put a challenge on him off turn number 4. Irwin now looks to the inside of Steinbaugh for the third spot through turns 3 and 4. Problems for the 9 car of Goff. He pulls to the infield. Whoa, Irwin around Steinbaugh down the front stretch. Steinbaugh had to check up hard not to get into the back of Steve Irwin. Your leader just crossed the stripe in the 19. That's Doug Zimmerman working to get around the 27K of Ryan Kirkendall. That's the lap car, the back marker. Robert Bullock, a lap car in the 47. Then second spot belongs to Ken Mackey in the 25M. Steve Irwin is in third. Fourth belongs to Boston Meade. Fifth spot has Jay Steinbaugh's name on it. Zimmerman half a straightaway lead over second spot. Ken Mackey. Then it's Steve Irwin third. Boston Meade is fourth. Fifth belongs to Jay Steinbaugh. Sixth is Joe Swanson. Seventh, Quentin Blonde. Eighth, Shelby Bilton. Ninth is Zane Duval. And Zach Hampton rounds out your top 10. White flag in the air. One more lap to go for Doug Zimmerman. Off turn 4, checkered flag in the air. Doug Zimmerman picks up the win. Ken Mackey brings home second. Third spot is Boston Meade. Fourth belongs to Steve Irwin. And Joe Swanson will round out your top 5. Motorsports number 19. He's making his way out of the car. And I got a good idea. He'll head to the top ring. Let him hear you, ladies and gentlemen. How about a nice round of applause for your feature winner, Doug Zimmerman. Hugs all the way around, safety equipment. There's a lot of it for Mr. Zimmerman to work his way out of. Gets the helmet off. Working on getting the earbuds out. First off, Doug, congratulations. Welcome back to Victory Lane.
Thanks, Zach. Good to be here.
A little wave to the crowd, and you know, it's a classic battle that we have been watching all season long. Ken Mackey on the bottom, Doug Zimmerman on the top shelf. Take us through that 25-lapper.
I reversed a scenario on him. I went under him. Kenny's a good guy. Clean racer, always has been. He's just as tough as nails. So anytime you can get one under Kenny, you know you've accomplished something. Track was tricky. I don't know if we had a fast car or not. I was just avoiding the obstacles, and it worked out for us.
Well, I can tell you one thing. When you got around Ken, you opened it up to a half a straightaway lead. So I would say you kind of had a quick car.
I was expecting somebody at any time. I was just focused on trying to get in the lap cars and hide from them. I had no idea. When it's like this, you don't know if you got a good car, you know? So apparently we had a good car.
Well, and that's the thing too, Doug, the kind of group that we had tonight. We had a lot of guests from the Interpro Sprints on Dirt series here tonight getting set for their show next week. Talk about what it's like to run against all these people who are not necessarily regulars.
You know, it's a tough crowd. Jay Steinbeck's been getting faster and faster and faster. He's always a threat. Joe Swanson, he's been here. We all know how strong he is. Goff come up from Missouri to race with us. That's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
But yeah, tough crowd. Right here's the guys that do it. Tom Dale, Dan Dale, Mark Zimmerman. These guys put the car together. I sit in it, ride around, have a good time, so they deserve all the credit.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, well then how about it? How about a nice round of applause for the entire Dale Motorsports crew and Doug Zimmerman, your feature winner.